I just feel obliged. Ms. Clark referenced the non-discrimination guidance for LGBT individuals under the Equal Access Rule. Again, we've been talking about this for some time. Where we left it last year, you were not going to replace the guidance that instructs providers how to do this. And I want to paraphrase, and I want to make sure I get it roughly right. You said I wouldn't like the guidance you put up, and I believe presumably because, in my mind, it would allow or promote discrimination against LGBTQ, particularly the trans community. It's still not up. How does the program operate? How does the law that requires equal access work without guidance?
Appropriate guidance is going to be put up. It's being worked on. But the reason that I
Just
said
for
that,
reference, that's the third year in a row you've said that, sir.
the reason that I said that, the reason I said you probably wouldn't like it is because from what you've said in the past, you don't agree with my statement that everybody gets equal rights, but nobody gets extra rights.
Who gets special rights in non-discrimination?
Well, let's put it this way.
Are you implying that if someone's
tell you the
trans,
answer
they
to
have
that.
to get special rights just to use the shelter?
I can tell you the answer. When you have a single-sex shelter, and it's there specifically for women who are abused, and then people come in who do not appear to be women, but they say they're women, and you have to accept them, does that impinge upon the rights of those women? We have a lot of documentation from those women that says it does impinge upon their rights. So if you can give me, and I said this when I came to Chicago and spoke with your group, which I enjoyed being with them. I thought they were great people. But I said this, if you can show me how you take care of that individual who, and only thing you want to do is go on the basis of what they say their gender is, you can show me how to be fair to them and at the same time be fair to those women who are saying they're very uncomfortable with that. I am all ears.
You're the only person I have ever heard bring up that issue. And in 3 years, first of all, in 3 years, we don't have the guidance, which belies any credibility you have that, respectfully, that this is ever going to happen. So that means in 3 years, the protections haven't been in place. You've never documented what you just talked about and the extraordinary, I can't even begin to imagine how people feel. So you're telling the trans community that because of how you perceive how some people react to them, it's okay to discriminate against them?
I have lots of letters from women's groups. It's not just how I perceive it.
So, and let's just assume for a second that there's some people out there who object to this. You're saying that because some people think it's okay to discriminate, that you have to go along with that too, despite the law.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
But you're saying that if someone doesn't like someone else in that shelter, for whatever reasons, that you can allow discrimination against those people.
Now, what I'm saying is we have to take everybody's feelings into consideration. You can't just select a group and say that their feelings trump everyone else's groups.
It goes back to the basics. There have always been people who discriminate against others. What you're saying is those people have the right to do that, and therefore the federal government can back up that right to discriminate. And let's understand what the alternatives. These are people who are going to be on the street. Is this discrimination that you're hearing about, is this based on what, their notion of what their faith tells them it's okay to hate other people?
I want everybody to be taken care of, and I've suggested...
But they're not if they're not being allowed to participate because somebody else thinks it's okay to discriminate.
I've suggested that there are ways to do that.
And you're telling the trans community that they can't make a decision as to what they are, that they are not best suited to say?
I'm saying that no one's rights get to obliterate everybody else's rights.
You're pretty well obliterated when you're on the street and you're not allowed to be in the facility. That's the fundamental right that's being taken care of, not your notion that
Well, can you
someone
do
else
this-
feels it's okay to
Can
discriminate.
you do this for me? Can you, because I know you're passionate about this issue, can you come
Not as
up?
passionate as the people on the street.
Can you come up with a way that is fair to all the different groups that are involved?
Yes, there's no discrimination. You can't discriminate because there are some people who you tell us
Well, see, we
say they
agree on
don't
that.
like other people
We
because of
agree
the
on that.
way they look.
We agree on that. I'm
It's
still asking
wrong.
you. I'm still asking you to come
We don't
up.
agree. First of all, I want to make clear we don't agree on any of that.
I'm asking you to come up with a solution that
The
takes
law,
into consideration.
the law says you can't discriminate. That's my solution.